Salude a todo el mundo.
Luca Varelonga is the referee for our final bout of this session.
Round one.
So the final bout of the session is underway. 60-kilogram lightweight action between boxers from Israel and Colombia. The taller figure, wearing red, is Rany ABOD. His opponent, the boxer wearing blue, is Jhon Elin OROBIO SINIESTRA. OROBIO is how we'll refer to him here in this contest. Nice left hand landed by ABOD, and then a right hand as well, backing up the man in blue. And while he was taking time to clear his nostrils, he was picked off by another punch. So an aggressive start by ABOD, who's found his range more quickly than his opponent. Nice right hand to the body landed by OROBIO. Spinning off the line as he attempted that hook, the man in blue. Over the top with the right hand was OROBIO, but he landed with the left hook as he did on the inside there. Two shots to the body landed by OROBIO. Bowling a right hand over the top, just off the mark. The knees of ABOD dipped as the two men came together on the inside. Hard right hand dug into the body by OROBIO before he was pushed to the canvas. See OROBIO switching his feet. He's been southpaw on a couple of occasions in this round, but hasn't held the left-handed stance for any great length of time. Moving laterally both left and right, but not really finding the range as he attempts to spin off the line and land those hooks. That left hook did land, a flashing hook from the left flank, and another one swiveling the head guard of ABOD, and the same shot once again, but he's been spoken to for punching incorrectly. But they're landing solidly enough, but not a scoring punch if it is a slap rather than a punch. Well, some repairs required to the right bootlace of ABOD. So just over half a minute to go in this opening round. ABOD started quickly, but then OROBIO began to find the range with some hooks. There's a looping right hand over the top from ABOD. Oh, beautiful reverse 1-2, and another left hand lands solidly. And it brings about a standing count. OROBIO sent to the neutral corner by the referee. But that cluster of clean punches landed by the rapid-fisted OROBIO, bringing about a standing count at the expense of ABOD. Now look at the response that brings about from the Israeli boxer in red. Went after his man with some urgency, but couldn't really find a range. But the quality punch picking of OROBIO paying dividends, producing a standing count and producing a clean sweep across the board in that first round. It was an aggressive start by ABOD, but the more the round went on, it was flashing hooks like that, landed by OROBIO, which proved to be the more eye-catching punches, and eventually the two-fisted attacks produced an 8 count.
Seconds out, please. Round 2.
So into the second round then. First one taken 10-9 for all of the judges in favor of Jhon OROBIO. He really does punch in combinations well, and he often does so while skipping off to his, or pivoting off to his left or right. Good right hand to the body. Left jab from ABOD wasn't too far away. He comes back with the same shot once again. And there's another left hook landed after a right hand to the body from OROBIO. Really is using bent arm shots at mid-range to good effect. ABOD not utilizing his greater reach, fully committed to his attacks, but he's falling in, and he's falling into the punching range of OROBIO. Beautiful right hand to the body, and then a right hook to the head landed by OROBIO. Nice left jab landed by the man in blue. And then a nice right hand to the solar plexus landed by OROBIO. Looking for the same shot once again, but didn't fully commit because his man was out of range, but then he walked him onto an overhand right. OROBIO boxing very well through the first half of this second round. There's an exchange of jabs, but the more solid jab came from the shorter boxer. Terrifically timed to pick off ABOD. As he looks to spin off the line once again while firing out a left hook. Here is part of a 14-strong Colombian boxing team, 9 men and 5 women making up their ranks. ABOD is part of a 4-strong team, represented by only men. ABOD trying a speculative right hand, but it was blocked effectively by the gloves of OROBIO. Left-right combination was also blocked. He's looking for the same success once again, but look at that double right hand landed at mid-range, and then another right hand followed by a left-right combination by OROBIO, and another flashing right hand. ABOD's chin completely unprotected while he's unloading his own offense. He has no regard, seemingly, for what may be coming back, and what is coming back is repeated punches from the right flank of OROBIO. Tucking up as he's moving into range. Oh. Somebody's lost a mouthpiece here. So the referee calling time. Didn't see a shot that dislodged it, and of course, if that continues to come out, that could prove to be a points deduction. And again, the COVID-19 protocols being observed diligently here. Referee not calling time in and box until after picking up the mouthpiece. He had used a hand sanitizer to make sure that his latex gloves were disinfected, clean and ready to go. So a very good second round again, produced by Jhon OROBIO. Flashing punch picking during the course of that 3 minutes. One suspects he's going to take the second round. Well, he has done it, but not unanimously. The judge from Kyrgyzstan favoring the work of ABOD, so it's 19 points apiece for that particular observer. The other 4 have OROBIO up 20 points to 18, which is how high I see it here from ringside. ABOD plenty aggressive, but keeps being picked off as he comes forward. And as he's trying to initiate exchanges, on several occasions he was picked off like that by right hands in particular, just there as well. So this man in a commanding position now as we prepare for the third and final round. So ABOD still not able to establish his longer lead left hand. OROBIO has demonstrated really good timing. There's a left-right combination where the right hand wasn't too far away from ABOD. Tries to go down to the body, but look at that for a beautiful uppercut landed on the inside to the torso from OROBIO. Looking to that left hook while he spins off clockwise once again, OROBIO, and there it is in evidence once again. That's a flashing right hand landed by ABOD, and then he brings a left uppercut into play. ABOD really committed to his offensive salvos. But look at that, look at where that right hand came back to. It's going back to his pecs, and he put so much into it, stepping on the front foot, pivoting, exerting as he throws, and then it doesn't get back to the on-guard position, and that is why his chin has been so wide open during this contest. And OROBIO has found it repeatedly, just as he did there with that left hook. Oh, that's a good right hook landed by OROBIO. Well, there's no doubt about the punch resistance or the solidity of the chin of ABOD. But of course, the best chins in boxing are the ones that don't get hit. And ABOD's has been checked repeatedly in this contest. Now, OROBIO's got to watch himself here, because if the mouth guard, there you go. The Italian referee saying to him, that's 2 times, and if it comes out again, that could be a warning, which will mean that he will lose a point, which means that he could get no more than 9 in the event that he was to win this round. So again, it's the responsibility of the boxers and their respective teams to make sure that the equipment fits correctly, as OROBIO lands a beautiful right hand. Stepping onto the front foot now, looking to back up his opponent from Israel. And ABOD takes a solid left-right combination, and it brings about the second standing count of the contest. But again, he hasn't really paid much attention to the defensive side of the noble art. That's a rabbit punch, because it went around the rear of the head after ABOD was dipping coming in. And by neglecting and disregarding his defense, well, his chin has been checked repeatedly, ABOD. Again, it stood up to it, but you don't want to be taking punches like they're vitamins. And OROBIO has had plenty of success here throughout this contest with punches from both flanks. Good work to the body from OROBIO, looking to bring those hands down further. Although truth be told, and no disrespect to ABOD, he really doesn't need much help in that regard, because look at where ABOD invariably sets up his... Oh, there's a cracking right hand once again. A scything blow swooping through from the right flank, followed by a left-right combination. ABOD fiddling with his headgear, and in the meantime, OROBIO helping himself to successful offensive attacks. A cry of celebration on the final bell, because there can be little doubt that it is Jhon OROBIO who will be going through to the round of 16 in the men's 60kg lightweight division. He produced a really impressive display of punch picking, but in many instances he was presented with a target that was rather wide open. ABOD not getting his hands back to the on-guard position, not bobbing or weaving. And so OROBIO perhaps couldn't believe his luck here at this international level on the global stage, and helped himself repeatedly, bringing about 2 standing counts, 1 in the first, 1 in the third, and it will be Jhon OROBIO who storms into the round of 16.
The winner of this bout by unanimous decision is the boxer from the blue corner, Jhon Elin, OROBIO Siniestra, Colombia.
So Jhon OROBIO, a unanimous points decision winner by wide margins for the judges from Hungary and Argentina. A very good display of punch picking indeed. The coaches and the corner absolutely delighted, and it is OROBIO who romps through to the round of 16 at the expense of Rany ABOD of Israel. He was plenty tough, plenty game, but he presented his chin as an open target, and OROBIO